Welcome back to Cityline. I am having the best time, and I thought I should invite you in because these two individuals are fabulous. I am talking about Chris Surface. Chris Surface, you are the managing artistic director of Tacoma Little Theatre and the president for the American Association of Community Theater. Welcome back, Chris.
Thank you so much, Amanda, and hello to you, and thanks for having us as always.
It's so great. Chris, can you point over your shoulder to my seat?
Somewhere up in that corner.
Yeah, it's somewhere up in there that I got to find it. I always think people will come down and say, who's Amanda Westbrook and Olivia Seward, and why are they in the same seat? So there we go. With us, Chris, is this darling, beautiful face that belongs to Andrew Koopman. Andrew, you are the director of Dun Dun Dun, The Wizard of Oz.
I am. I'm very proud to be the director choreographer of The Wizard of Oz. It's awesome. I'm so excited.
So you are truly the man. You are the person behind the curtain. When we say ignore that person behind the curtain, that's you. So Chris, Oz for the holidays. What made you pick this? Because there's so much programming that goes on in the holidays. Did you say to yourself, maybe we'll do The Wizard of Oz because people will be tired of White Christmas?
That's kind of what we went for. We thought it was time to do something a little bit different. We had branched out a little bit and done, in the 2019 season, a straight play called Homes for the Holidays. It was a little bit different than your normal fare. And in the past, we did Seussical One Holiday, and it was a huge success. And the neat thing is, shows like The Wizard of Oz have that little bit of holiday spirit and magic that can be added into them. And Andrew has done an amazing job bringing that holiday magic to Oz, and it's going to be a great treat for the entire family.
Not to mention a lot of glitter. And I'm always down for glitter. Anytime there's glitter, I'm like in the front row or
Girl,
in my seat. So Andrew, how are you approaching Oz as the director and choreographer to make it something special for everyone, yet still paying homage to that original film that people of my generation and older sit down and we start going through the whole movie?
Right? I mean, like, both have to be true, right? Yes. We need to pay homage to what was, and in the midst of creating what is, and in the light of what will be. So I approached Wizard of Oz with all the love I have in my heart for it. I've been in the show once myself as the Cowardly Lion. I've been in the show as Uncle Henry and a Jitterbug. I've choreographed it twice as an assistant choreographer, and this is finally the time where I can take the helm of this production and tell the story that I think needs to be told. You'll see everything that you know and love, but with a little bit of a holiday twist that maybe makes the story a little bit more magical, a little bit more new, and invites the audience to re-engage with the story in a new way. Now that we are coming back home to the theater after being away for so long, and there's no place like home. Yes. And, there's no place like home for the holidays. So you might as well go enjoy this production. Yeah, it'll be fun. It's glittery. Yes. It's sparkly. Yes. It's new and bright and vibrant and effervescent and everything we love and all the things that are new.
Another thing, Amanda, too, with this is, I'm sure as you'll remember, I remember growing up and watching The Wizard of Oz on Christmas. It was always on TV. And for me, it always has been a holiday movie.
It has. It absolutely has. And then I take that and I blow it up and think, even since Wicked performed, we all know so much more about Oz now that we can't get enough of Oz because we know the backstory. So I have to ask the question, and I'm going to ask it of Andrew. Do you have a live Toto?
We do have a live Toto. And the wonderful John Limatone has offered us his wonderful puppy. He is also in the show for us to use. And the The dog is so well behaved. He is a gift. He is adorable. And audiences will fall in love with him because he will inevitably steal the show.
Well, I was going to say, now, Andrew, you're flying in face of warnings of kids and pets in theater, for we adults have to follow them. So I'm glad
Right.
to hear that we have a well-behaved Toto. So, Andrew, without giving too much away, what should audience members expect when they come to the show besides just being in awe of the production?
Yeah, I think audiences should be prepared to be a part of the celebration that is returning to theater. You know, we've been away for far too long, and as an artist, one of my main passions is to reimagine the stories that have been told in order to tell them for a new world. And I think the past 2 years in this panorama of a time and in a social revolution, we really needed this moment to stop and think about what we're doing with intention and how we can do storytelling in a way that connects community. It's about celebrating what we have within us, discovering that inner magic, and using it to change the world. Dorothy goes forward on this journey, not because she's incapable of going home, but because she had to learn how to change the world she's about to return to. Scarecrow has no brain, but it doesn't mean he's stupid. Tin Man doesn't have a heart, but it doesn't mean he cares. The lion doesn't have courage, but it doesn't mean he isn't brave. So I think that's what audience should expect, to see a slightly different angle on the story that celebrates finding the magic within, and a slight alteration to the ending that I will not spoil, but I did change the ending slightly, and I think audiences will really love what we've done with this story that is a classic, but for a new world.
Andrew, when you were looking at casting this, and I can just imagine the number of people who turned out in the main auditions, but also for this. You probably had a lot of Dorothys, a lot of Wicked Witches. So given that philosophy you have of retelling a story and that these characters are more than what they seem, did that play into how you found your cast?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think, I know, in casting this production, I really wanted to celebrate the community that is Tacoma. As someone who is a recent graduate from an MFA program, this is the first full production I've done, and I've been able to reinvest in being a part of this community. So I wanted to honor who shows up and the diversity of gender identity, racial identity, all identities, as individuals as we make this collective community cast. So much talent showed up, yes, and it was unbelievably difficult to cast. But in the end, what we ended up with was a community of storytellers ranging in talent and skill sets, but who all work together to tell this story in a beautiful, vibrant, and inviting way that I think will really capture the audience's hearts and imaginations, and not fall asleep seeing the thing that they all know and love, but actually lean into seeing the new version of it. And they're all fabulous. We love each other. We played games. It was just, so it's a celebration. This casting process, the community we've made, the audience that we're inviting in, it's all a celebration.
Absolutely. So Chris, how are ticket sales going? I'm guessing it's almost sold out.
There are performances that are like 3 seats away from being sold out. The matinees in particular are really starting to fill up. And the neat thing is we are going after the holidays. So we have 16 performances between December 10th and the 31st. Some of those are weeknights, so not your normal night of theater. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday nights, which is great because we're all off work or we're all out of school. So it's time to come out as a family and do something together and enjoy the theater. But definitely keep an eye. And then we have a matinee on New Year's Eve. So what better way to start off the new year than seeing the show, then hanging around and seeing the Gritty City Sirens do their production of Adventures in Oz on the same set that night, and then come back the next day and see our youth performances of The Wizard of Oz Young Performers Edition on New Year's Day on the same set. We're really getting a lot of use out of this one.
You have done the Sondheim thing where you have woven that melody through every picture that we get to see in terms of looking at Oz. Chris, can people Can people buy tickets for everything now that's coming up?
Absolutely. We have everything available for the rest of our season. Education programs are available to start registering for. Our next show after The Wizard of Oz is Silent Sky, which is by Lauren Gunderson, and it is an absolutely beautiful story about a young astronomer named Henrietta Leavitt, and you want to see this one because you will walk away feeling changed.
Oh, I love that. Last time you said that, I did walk away feeling changed, and I was blown away by what I saw on that stage. Chris and Andrew, any special thanks you'd like to do?
As always, our amazing staff, our board of directors, our volunteers, our community that come out and support us, our core of actors and technicians who are working on the show. This is one of the most technically ambitious shows we've done in a very long time. And there are some neat new bells and whistles, which we will not give away, but you will walk in and your jaw will drop once you see the opening scene. That's all I'm going to say. So you need to come and see this one.
I think my jaw's already dropped.
Oh,
Andrew,
you get a kick out of it.
Andrew, besides thanking your parents, who else are you going to thank?
I got to thank the community that welcomed me in with open arms. I think being away from this space for so long and being away from a creative space was really hard for all of us. And to come in is such a brave and courageous act to come in and create it after what we've all gone through. So thank you, definitely cast, creative team, and all the patrons who are going to take that amazing step forward and courage to come and celebrate theater with us. And I do have to thank Chris. Chris is the first one to give me a full-length show post-grad, and this is a dream come true of a production. And not only be directing and choreographing one of my favorite stories, but also to be directing and choreographing Chris in the show is really fun. It's just, I'm so thankful that I get to be a part of this community in such a beautiful way. So thank you, Tacoma. Yes, Tacoma.
There we go.
Thank you.
There we go. And I want to say thank you to both of you for taking this on during a precarious time in terms of our society and viruses and where we travel and what we do. This is, pardon the pun, the shot in the arm that we need for Christmas for everybody, because The Wizard of Oz really is for everybody. I mean, it covers all beliefs and all cultures. So thank you both so much. To you and your team.
I'm going to say one thing real quick, is you said the shot in the arm, and that is a reminder that if you do come see a show here, you do need to bring your proof of vaccination or a negative COVID test, because we want to make sure that we're able to do theater for as long as we can, as safely as we can. So to protect our cast and crews and to protect you and the audience, those are our guidelines for it.
So come join us somewhere over the rainbow.
Yes.
Remember, there is no place like home for the holidays.
That's right. And Chris, you read my mind. I'm like, maybe he'll pick up a COVID thing here. There we go. Thank you both so very much for being here today.